I hope you are okay. I hope you're good. I hope you're great. I hope you're having a lovely day. Yes, it is your host with the most, your news anchor, your, I wouldn't say journalist, but your deliverance of thy news. Yes, I am in a suit. Yeah, I mean, I just thought maybe I should deliver the news in a presentable manner. You know what I mean? If you are listening on the other podcast platforms, please make sure you do come through to the YouTube. You know what I'm talking about. You want to see me like face to face with the suit on, with the little, little something. Make sure you do. But without further ado, we are going to start right now. And first topic at hand is Israel versus South Africa at the ICJ. So, what has Israel got to say about all of these claims that they have against them from South Africa? Well, Israel has said South Africa has distorted the truth in its case at the International Court of Justice, where it is accusing Israel of genocide. Now, let's just read this for a quick second. South Africa had presented a sweeping counterfactual description of the Israel-Palestinian conflict, Israeli lawyer Tal Becker told the ICJ. Which is kind of true. I mean, you can't deny the things that Israel has done, especially concerning the military efforts against Palestine. It's pretty black and white. It's very blatant. And for me personally, I am just interested in seeing how they're going to combat all of these accusations, man. There's a reason why, like, homes are bombed. I mean, how can you not present that as an attempt at genocide? It's kind of difficult. Now, what was happening at the court of the ICJ? Banners were unfurled, showing images of Nelson Mandela, referencing parallels drawn by South Africa's legal team between the situation in Gaza and the former apartheid era in South Africa. I have said this before. I said this in my Israel versus Palestine podcast episode before, where I did say that black South Africans are essentially the Palestinians, and white South Africans are the Israelis. You have invaders come take a group of people's land and occupy it, and now it's kind of that thing. I've said this before. It's better described in that podcast. If you guys want to go check it out, please feel free. Now, a couple of meters away, a symbolic Sabbath table had been laid. This is for the Israelis now. Photographs were attached to the back of empty chairs. These show some of the more than 130 Israelis who are still being held hostage by Hamas. Yeah. I think that a lot of people are forgetting, but at the same time, it's not their fault, is that Israel is going to war with Hamas, not the actual Palestinian people. The reason why people are upset that Israel is, or have the notion or concept of thinking that Israel is going against the actual Palestinian people, is because, well, homes are being bombed. You have innocent civilians, women and children dying and being collateral damage because of Israel. So as much as Israel is going to war against Hamas, it's kind of like the people are just kind of, they just there. If they get caught in it, they get caught in it. That's what it feels like. And that's why this is all happening. If Israel was more calculated in the way that they were going against Hamas, then I think this whole thing would be a different situation. Oh yeah, they even said it here. Israel has been waging a war against Hamas, not the actual people. But anyways, that's neither here or there. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says more than 23,000 people, mostly women and children, have been killed in the war. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Women and children. So you get why South Africa is stepping in and saying, guys, no, get your military out of Gaza and sit this one out. Not really sit this one out, but just let it go, man. It's not worth all the death and destruction. Mr. Baker is now accusing South Africa of making an attempt to weaponize the term of genocide against Israel. He continues to say that to thwart Israel's inherent right to defend itself. No one is saying that Israel must not defend themselves. This is my own opinion. No one is saying that Israel mustn't defend themselves. But you can't go to people's lands, destroy those lands, destroy those people, essentially affect people's lives so negatively, and then call it self-defense. That's what I'm saying. I just wish Israel was more calculated in the way they are going about in fighting Hamas. Unfortunately, they are not, and innocent people are paying. But that's if they are the ones saying that Hamas are the villains. I'm not saying Hamas is good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying anything about Hamas. I'm just saying that if Israel is saying that Hamas are the bad guys, they should be doing better. And then Germany is coming into play. And I'd forgotten about Germany in all of this, actually. But before we go there, let me read this. The German government issued a statement on Friday saying it expressly rejects the accusation of genocide. And they continue to say that the accusation had no basis whatsoever. In view of Germany's history and crime against humanity of the, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, the Shoah, but in brackets it's Holocaust. Now, I had forgotten that a majority of people who ran, or a majority of the Jews who ran away from Germany, went to Palestine. And I just kind of thought, dude, if we're gonna do a proper, proper justice, maybe another thought is, making like a two-state in Germany, where's Germany and Israel. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it must happen, but I'm just saying it could happen, because they are essentially the ones that made the Israelis run away from home. So I don't know. That's another thought. Maybe the UN can propose something like that. And on top of Germany getting involved, the UK is getting involved. A spokesperson for the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said that Mr. Sunak believed South Africa's case was completely unjustified and wrong. I don't like the completely unjustified. It is justified to some extent. It's Mr. Sunak's opinion that it is completely unjustified. I don't share those same sentiments, but that's neither here or there. My opinion doesn't really matter that much, The UK government stands by Israel's clear right to defend itself within the framework of international law. Yeah, I never said that Israel should not defend itself. I think that Israel should defend itself, actually. But you, as I said before, you cannot go into someone's house, beat them up, and then call it self-defense, even though they may have broken a glass in your house. It's just levels. I know that analogy isn't the greatest, but it's something. Anyways, a final ruling could take years. Unfortunately, the people of Gaza do not have years to take just for the removal of the military in Palestine. But they do say it could be more quickly in South Africa's request for Israel to suspend its military campaign. How quick? Yeah, it's still too long. That's the unfortunate part. But let's bring it back to South Africa. Some strange news. We got some really strange news today. Cape Town wants to leave South Africa. They're calling it CapeXit. At least 800,000, or at least over 800,000 signatures have been garnered by an independent and non-political movement called CapeXit. It sounds exactly like that Brexit, but for Cape Town. But why? Why do you want to leave South Africa? Well, a lot of us want to leave South Africa, but we never thought the whole province of, the Western Cape would actually want to leave South Africa. Usually it's just people. But it's for the same reasons we all would like to leave South Africa at some point in our lives. Corruption, cost of living, and all those things. They're just high. This is what they are saying. This is the people of CapeXit. This is what they're saying. The current democratic South Africa is where rape has classifications, where murderers get bail, where the accused has more rights than the victim, where unemployed and broad-based black economic empowerment (BBBEE) is a household name. They then continue to say the state-owned enterprises like SAA, Eskom, and others are a bottomless pit of debt and a smokescreen for state capture. Land grabs are promised without compensation, and questionable people are employed in important positions in government. Add this to the violent strikes where police are on standby, not reacting, the blatant encouragement of farm murders by very prominent people, and you sure have a recipe for self-destruction. Guys, that's home. That's Mzansi. I don't know what to tell you. It's just the way it is. I know maybe the Cape Townians are, not happy, or the Cape Town, or I don't know, the Western Cape Townians are not happy about the way things are being done, but that's just how it is. You don't run away from your problems. You stay there and you fight and you fix them like that. But running away from the whole situation is not going to help, because at the end of the day, every country in the world has its own type of corruption. Every country has its own policing problem. Every country has political leaders that someone does not like. And it will not change for you guys. So the best way for you to fight is to vote to register. Simple as that. Because a lot of this, also, I don't want to lie to you, I was reading this and I was like, this sounds like a lot of black white type of thing. I'm saying it here because I'm saying that because of the BEE hate. BEE is just a thing to empower black people in South Africa because of the apartheid era and such. And unfortunately, we still do need it in our country. There are far too many black poor people, and there are a lot more rich white people. In fact, we all know that the majority of people in South Africa are black, minority are white, yet the minority is the one with almost all the money. So there's obviously an imbalance there, which is a major reason why BEE is even a thing in the first place. As for these SAA, ESCOM, and these are subsidiaries, they are in trouble. But that's neither here or there. We all know their situation, debt, and not even performing well. Nobody is happy about it, and it's not like Gauteng is trying to leave. So we just gotta deal with it, man. It's running away is not gonna help with anything. Every country has these exact same problems. You'll find that even those other countries are just going through it even worse than us. So I'm not saying appreciate the problems that we have, but I am saying that running away is not the answer. Separating is not the answer. The answer is just going into the ballot and voting. And even if you guys do manage to separate, you have like a lot of work cut out for you, because imagine setting up a whole new country now. Like, imagine needing a passport to go to Cape Town. But is this even possible? Essentially, no, it's not possible. But let me tell you why it's not possible. According to constitutional law expert Pierre de Vos, the idea of an independent Western Cape is nothing but a pipe dream. He then continues on to say that people are not happy with the politics of South Africa. But the way to deal with politics is not referendums, it's called to the ballot. You are trying to fix a problem with the wrong tool. Perfectly said, and which is essentially what I was saying. So what Mr. DeVos is saying is that the only thing that these people are complaining about is literally just political. That's it. And political problems are fixable problems. It's not like they're set in stone and there's nothing you can do about them. Are the signatures legit? And if you gotta ask that, then it's a no. But let me tell you why it's a no. Now, a disinformation researcher for Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Research Lab, Jean Leroux, did this funny little experiment. I registered using a made-up name, a made-up email address, a made-up phone number, and a made-up ID number. All those things were made up, and he was posing as the president of South Africa. The excitement, this is what he says on X, the excitement is going to be palpable when CapeXit realizes they've persuaded the president. The whole point of me reading that to you out was that these guys, they don't even check if your emails are real. They don't check if your phone numbers are real. There's no form of actual human verification. So, how real could this really be? I then went on and continued to check out what this article has been giving us, and look what it gives us. But wait, as for any purpose, we do need funding. The directors have funded this cause up to now, but to really get the momentum and eventually pursue this cause successfully, we do require financial contributions. You can all either contribute through a small monthly contribution or a once-off contribution that will not break the bank. So we get to the gist of what this is all really about. Come on, man. Of course it's about money. They need your donations. They need your money. So people of CapeXit, if you are part of the 800,000, don't give these people your money. Don't sign up. Forget about this whole thing. It is not real. You are wasting your time. You're getting your hopes up for no reason. Let it go. You want to go to a different country, go to a different country like yourself. But as for Cape Town itself, it will not be going anywhere. Not even the DA wants to separate itself from, the rest of the country. And it is the one in charge of Cape Town. So let it go. It's okay. You wanna fix the country. Let's work together, come together, and then we can do some things. We can come up with ideas. We can get some people out of power, put ones that are actually hardworking. That's what I say. We'll put the hard workers in the government, and that'll be that. Simple as that. That's how we make change. That's how we make change, with our votes. And in even more bizarre news, just a little fun tidbit, or I wouldn't even say it's fun, but a little strange tidbit. Jews coming out of tunnels, underground tunnels of New York. Let me show you guys something, what I found on X. If you are watching this on the podcast, I'm sorry. Or listening to this on the podcast, apologies. But this is like really funny. Please make sure you tune in to the YouTube. But look at this. I know, it's strange. What the heck is going on? So I decided to look it up. This is what I found. I'm not going to go into great detail about it because, it sounds like there's a lot going on with these underground tunnels. More than meets the eye. And very, very interesting. Now, I'm just going to read the small part that I highlighted. As initially reported, a small sector of Hasidic Jews had built an elaborate system of underground tunnels beneath the streets of Brooklyn. For no immediate clear reason. We don't know what it is. I mean, nobody knows what it is. It sparked an onslaught of anti-Semitic conspiracies. Guys, no anti-Semitism. We love everybody. Let's be nice to each other. Playing into notorious anti-Jewish tropes or drawing comparisons to tunnels made by terrorist group Hamas, referring to them as Jewish tunnels or Zionist tunnels. I don't even those are just all conspiracy theories. They don't mean anything. No, I don't think it's anything weird. I think it's got more to do with religion. You can see the guy is fully dressed in like the Jewish attire. I think it's more of a religious thing than a violence thing or any crime related aspects. And to clear up the thing, the notion of tunnels, it's not actually a network of tunnels. It's just a tunnel. It's one long tunnel. Here it's described as 1 8-foot wide, 5-foot tall, 60-foot long passageway dug out from beneath the building. New York City Department of Buildings said in a statement on Wednesday, as per Jewish Telegraphic Agency. So that's just what it is. It's one long tube. I just thought that it was really, really weird that some Jewish guys coming out of an underground tunnel. I've been hearing about it. People have been saying and coming up with weird conspiracy theories, but I just thought maybe you guys might have caught wind of it and just throw it on at the end of this episode. With all of that being said, Mensa, it has been a lovely one. Make sure you do subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are listening on the podcast, make sure you share, make sure you like, give me 5 stars on the platform that you are on. And make sure you hit me up on X/Twitter If you have any news that you might think is interesting, just give me a tag. You know the handle lefa_taleni. It will be in the description. I'll make sure this time. Then you guys can tag me and just tag me, and I'll see if it's worth even speaking about. But with all of that being said, make sure you do comment actually on the YouTube as well, what you guys think, what you guys want me to look at. And yeah, man, love you guys. Thank you for all of your support, and stay safe out there. January is here. People are going back to work and such. Kids are going back to school, so everybody stay safe. It's tough times now. January comes with the lack of money, so make sure you stay at home, save up. It's gonna be a good year, and let's make sure it is. Let's start the year off right. Anyways, with that being said, I am Lefa Taleni, signing out.